The summer of 2017 was very exciting. We had a bunch of familiar faces back from 2016. We prepared to the max that year, knowing with the amount of hitless bucks we had on the property, we had to bring our A game. Opening day was September 2nd that year, so shooting a buck in velvet was a real possibility. I had 2 deer in mind, BLT and Captain Hook.
Man, I feel like a deer could just pop out at any point. I know.
It's like my first day of kindergarten.
Yeah. We're so nervous out here. Man, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like Halloween when you were a kid or something. You're just like so pumped. But it's September 2nd here in Kentucky, and we couldn't ask for a better opening day. It just seems like this year, usually it just flies by from season to season, and to a certain extent it seems like it has, but in another way it seems like we just did so much stuff out here. But we're in a spot that we've talked about a lot over the course of the show, and we're in a spot we call North Grown Up, and each year we've refined it just a little bit. So what happens is, to our due west or southwest is a big ridge with a creek bottom. A lot of our bucks have been bedding there over the years, and we planted a food plot up here to the east of them, northeast of them. We've planted the last 2 years in beans. Well, this year we decided we're going to fence it and leave it fenced. And what that's done is it's forced them to move further south, so we're able to hit this spot right here that we normally aren't able to hunt, because if we leave the food plot open, those deer go north of us, we don't get a good wind. So with Hurricane Harvey pushing up, it's pushed in a tremendous cold front. We're going from general 80s, mid to high 80s, down to the mid 60s is a high. So we're really pumped. I got even more pumped. Brett's been in Alberta and got really close to a shooter last night coming in, and it's just pumped me up for today. It got me all anxious. I was trying to talk Uriah into shooting and me filming, but I couldn't talk him into it. But man, we've gotten a lot of pictures right here, not just this year, over the course of time. We just know this is one of our best spots. We could have 4 different deer show up tonight. BLT, the infamous Junior, Redman, or Captain Hook. Any of them I'm gonna take, because Tiffany is gonna have our second child in 5 days on the 7th. They scheduled her inducement, so I've got like maybe only tonight. So Brad and Paul are on the other farm, the South End farm, and they're in a good spot too, so we'll see what happens. We better get settled down here. I think we've already seen 1 deer to our due south, so. Well, it ended up being a really crazy night. We had Captain Hook, one of the 5-year-olds we were after, come in bed at 55 yards, and we thought our night was over. We were actually talking about how we were going to pack up and get out of there clean, and next thing I know, he gets up and makes a beeline over straight in front of us, 30 yards, and it was right the last 6, 7, 8 minutes of shooting light. Shot just a tad over him. He's probably somewhere between 30 and 40. I didn't have time to range him, but we had ranged earlier.
After that hunt for Captain Hook, I started noticing some consistently blurry vision. After several trips to specialists, I was diagnosed with corticonus, an eye disease that hurts your vision, and specifically taking in light. From this point on, I would be forced to use a crossbow with a reticle. 2018 brought hope for a new year. In September, we got a lot of cold fronts and I had several good sits. September 22nd came with a huge front, dropping temps, and a northeast wind. Perfect to go back to the wagon blind, where I had intel on an old nemesis, Captain Hook.
You can probably hear the rain coming down at a real steady pace. And we thought today, which is the 22nd, was going to be just an absolute phenomenal day. If you noticed, we're in the same spot you've seen us in before, called Bushy Four Corners, but we're in just a little bit different setup this time. We're in a redneck ghillie blind. It just helps us out with filming and shooting. But Uriah went and checked the trail cameras on, was it Thursday? He sent me a text message and it was like, well, with the way deer are moving, we probably need to get out this weekend. Well, all those pictures are right in front of our other soft-sided blind that's out there in North Roanoke, which is about 100 yards to our south from here. And we need south winds there, and we need northeast here. So guess what we got today? Another northeast wind. So, anyways, the pressure is super high. Last I looked, it was like 30.17. That's like really high. The only downside is the rain is a lot heavier than what we thought. There's a large amount of rain, and it's staying through sunset. So if we shoot a deer, we better put a good shot on him. Can you tell who it is? him. I heard it nail him. Well, I actually just saw Captain Hook way down the other end of the field where linebacker was. I didn't dream where he was going to show up. He showed up to our left, which he had to walk through the corn. And shooting this crossbow, I don't have a lighted knock, so we're going to have to review the footage. But it felt good. I don't know, man. We're just gonna have to review the footage. We're gonna review the footage, and we'll get back with you on this one. Whew. Oh, I heard it smacking. Well, it's the next morning. Against my impatience, backed out. Talked about going back out about midnight, but just really felt that was for sure a liver hit, maybe the opposite lung. We wanted to give him enough time. It rained. We're hoping that subsided the coyotes. I'm 99% sure this deer is going to be dead, knock on wood, but I just didn't want to take the risk of pushing him all the way across the farm. So anyways, Uriah, Brad, our buddy Ron are here with me, and we're gonna look. Unfortunately, it's still raining, so we're gonna have to probably leave the good equipment here and take a GoPro with us. But we know right where he headed, and we're gonna start right there and go up and down that fence line and see if we can't find him.
Unfortunately, as I was following the blood trail along the path he took, I spotted coyotes in the tree line and ran that way.
Well, what a roller coaster ride for 12 hours there. Weren't really sure as we didn't have the lighted knock. We knew it was a fatal hit. We just didn't know how good of a hit it was. It turned out to be a double lung. He didn't make it 10 yards past the wood line. He was laying down in there. Unfortunately, some coyotes got to his back end because we played it safe and backed out. But on the bright side, what a story of redemption here for me. This was a deer that I missed opening day last year and really made me take a look at my eyes and found out I had the eye disease corticonus. And my eye doctor basically made me have surgery, and I was forced to shoot a crossbow this year. And I really wanted this buck, and sure enough, he's the one I went after. But you know, deer come and go. We as hunters, we develop over time.